Aaron Cruz commented, "I am a Filipino and I highly recommend that we should have a strict law when it comes to having kids. If you're poor, it's like end of the world for you."
Poverty porn was one of the very first issues that was raised amongst producers. We weren't even sure if people wanted to share their stories with us.
I'm Lolita Lachia and I'm the producer of the program Poverty in the Philippines.
Hi, I'm Wen and I'm a producer in Malaysia.
I'm Aji Yahurti, film producer in Indonesia.
Hi, my name is Ikhwan. I'm one of the producers of the Insight Poverty series. While the pandemic does touch every part of society, the effects on the poor are far greater. Most people live hand to mouth. They get their salary and they spend it. They spend it on food, clothes, rent, electricity, water, school fees. They don't have that extra money tucked away for a rainy day.
Memang saya ada risau jugalah untuk meneruskan hidup masa tu.
So their lives depend on their ability to work every single day so they can put food on their table for their families. We felt that we weren't hearing those stories yet, but we knew they were out there. So that's when we sent teams of people out to countries like Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia to find those stories for us.
Ini bukannya saya pengen dibelas kasihan ya. Demi Rasulullah, Allah Maha Adil, Maha Tahu. Saya belum pernah menerima bantuan atas nama si A, atas nama saya gitu, atau istri saya.
It made me realize that the pandemic affects us all differently. When you don't know where your next meal is coming from, you don't worry much about the disease. They cannot afford hand sanitizer or proper mask. They put themselves in danger catching COVID-19 because they have a choice. They have to work, either their family can eat or not. As simple as that.
We're here tonight to help look for our street friends. There's about 474 packets of food.
I think Malaysians are very resilient people. They remain hopeful despite the uncertainties. And I think that's just how Malaysians are, you know. We try to find humor and, you know, we can laugh at ourselves no matter what situation that we are in.
Surprisingly, some of the profiles I've met are very open telling their stories. I think because they trusted us.
Satu hari 30.000, 50.000, sedangkan ada yang punya anak 2, punya anak 3.
It's not only them, but the neighbors also came and gathered to tell their struggles. For me, it's like a telling story session because they think that through us, the media, their voices will be heard by the authority.
The profiles I met were definitely carrying a lot of unspoken burdens. Let's take, for example, Elena, the vegetable scavenger. I felt that she put up a wall between us. She wasn't really getting into the details of the questions and the answers I needed. At certain points, she would cry, but she wouldn't really cry fully.
Pag wala, mangutang talaga ako. Mapipilitan ako mangutang. Kailangan eh. Hindi ko naman pabayaan.
I think she was protecting herself and guarding herself against further anxiety. Poverty in the Philippines was designed to expose the hardships of Filipinos living in informal settlements during Manila's lockdown. Now the problem is, these are places where COVID-19 spreads more rapidly. It's crowded, it's congested, it's enclosed, and there's a high chance of close contact.
For me, it's like walking on a living minefield. Often people do not wear masks. I make sure that the crew takes vitamins, wearing masks, washing hands, and do a COVID test.
When the episode was uploaded to the CNA Insider YouTube channel, many viewers questioned why some of the families chose to have so many kids despite being poor. Chris Garon commented, "I don't know why they don't practice family planning. They have to help themselves too, not making babies all the time." Aaron Cruz commented, "I am a Filipino and I highly recommend that we should have a strict law when it comes to having kids. If you're poor, it's like end of the world for you." Edward Nigma commented, "Why are people so bad off? Stop having so many children. The poor know that it's beyond family planning or beyond sex education. While these programs can help, it's not the cure for their problem." We can see problems from our own point of view, or we can see the problem from their own point of view. Take for example, Honorario, the jeepney driver with 7 children. If you bring the concept of family planning into financially challenged communities, I really do not think that it will be 100% successful, because these people believe that they will be stuck at the bottom no matter what they do.
Napakahirap po ng buhay ng maging jeepney driver. Andiyan na po yung maraming risk na kinakaharap namin. Pangkalusugan, yun po yung hindi stable na income, merong off, may on. So iyon po yung mga ayaw ko nang maranasan ng mga anak ko na naranasan ko na agad.
But that's a reality of Honorario's life and we cannot be judgmental about it. And when I observe their family, there's a lot of love and respect shared among them. We also have commenters who question if we are exploiting the poor for spectacle. For example, Red S said, "It is called poverty porn, or as it is called by the old newspaper media, purism photography. It gets clicks, and if it can help with their narrative, all the better."
Poverty porn was one of the very first issues that was raised amongst producers. We were asking ourselves, how do we visualize the effects of the pandemic without being exploitative? We weren't even sure if people wanted to share their stories with us. We had long discussions with our collaborators to ensure that the tone of the stories would be told respectfully. We are so thankful that so many people shared their stories with us. The most important thing for us is to give these people a voice.
Hindi kami natakot mamatay sa COVID. Takot kami na mamatay sa gutom.
We didn't produce Poverty in the Philippines to win awards or just to get eyeballs or to make you feel bad. It is really a reminder that there is a problem to face. And I think we were successful in doing so because donations came pouring in for our profiles, even months after the program aired. And I think it's the real reward to the story and to the risk we took to film the lives of the poor.
In Indonesia, a street food seller had to turn down donations because he was overwhelmed with support. In the Philippines, one of the profiles was able to continue her education because of generous donations. And behind the scenes, NGOs are reaching out to some of the aid organizations in the food banks we featured and are looking at working together. So it's great to see these things happening.
Meeting the profiles during this project, I've learned a great deal of gratitude and to be kinder to each other. A small gesture of kindness can mean so much to another person going through hardship right now.
I learned more about fortitude, determination, kindness, and humanity. Some of the families we interviewed, despite their hard life, they welcomed us as their guests, served us with the best food they had. We had lunch together on the floor with the food they cooked specially for us, and even wrapped food for us to take away. I remember they always said, "Please stay safe, your work is very risky."
If we are to solve poverty, we really need to hear from the poor. They have been left out for far too long. And the pandemic is telling us that the first step for that is truly understanding the plight of the poor.
Our series also covered places like India, Bangladesh, and Hong Kong. Click the links to watch the rest of the Poverty in Asia series.